Some riffs I heard in the self-help jungle. A terrain littered with self-appointed gurus and scammers, and perhaps some helpful ones here and there as well. The real deal is everyone is a mixed bag, including you and me. And I guess the way we measure the validity of a self-help guru or influencer is how much one is out to make money versus how much one is out to actually help. And perhaps there are those with nothing to offer or nothing they can access in themselves if they've cut off access to their own soul through surrendering to demons or whatever it is. But most of us have something to give. And if we can live our way into being able to give it, which isn't an easy task really. I mean, there is no doubt that evil exists, and yet if you acknowledge its existence, you get labeled a lunatic of some description by many, most likely the same ones who have surrendered to it to some degree or another. The love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself, just loving it beyond love itself. There is nothing wrong with being motivated to survive here on planet Earth and figuring out the best way you can be of service in order to do that. So it becomes a matter of priorities, I suppose, to be concerned most with being of service to others and allowing the organization of that service to work and also aid in your personal survival or ability to earn, to monetize. That service isn't evil. To prioritize the monetization over that service, however, probably is. Because then you are focused on the love of money over the love of service. The service must be the love. The money and the organization of that service can then come in and bolster that work, allow it to continue and expand with greater and more abundant opportunities. And personally, my belief is that humanity, left to its own devices, its own fear-based instincts of survival, will gravitate to the wrong side of that equation every time. We are fallen after all. We are fallen. To broaden it even further, or perhaps simplify it, it's a matter of being motivated by love over fear. Love over fear. And to pretend we are simply motivated by love all of the time and not acknowledge the fear that is also always in the mix is to be deluding ourselves and others. And here is where the conversation could alienate the non-believers in the room. But there's no other way for me to speak on my personal solution in this matter. And my aim is to be of service and to override my own instincts of fear, which is no small task, I might add. I think man is essentially fallen, and that we need a governor, a course corrector. We need a witness to everything we do, say, and think. That is all-knowing, all-loving, and all-forgiving, and who is also there judging us. And those of us that believe in that are at a rather large advantage in overcoming the fear-based or evil nature of man, of ourselves. Again, this is just my view. I believe in a God that has a personal investment in the details of my life, in the details of all of our lives, and who is there to course correct us on a daily or hourly or minute-by-minute basis through the act of praying and rebuking the dark forces that reside in us all. As humans, we have to serve somebody. As Bob Dylan sings, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you know you gotta serve somebody. There is no life here without faith, and those that don't put their faith in God are indeed putting their faith somewhere. Whether it's media, news organizations, politicians, or YouTube gurus, you're either putting your faith in God or else in something derived from man or another person. I've been watching a bunch of Coffeezilla's excellent investigative videos on trusted YouTube business gurus and personalities about the scammy nature of their offerings, and these videos really brought this aspect of reality home. When you put your faith in these larger-than-life characters, you make yourself susceptible to their grift. Coffeezilla shows people paying extraordinary amounts of money to be in their inner circle of these gurus or mastermind offerings, where it is then revealed that what they offer within those realms is nothing resembling the value of the ticket price to enter. It's not to say that no course could be of value, or that you should never engage in a mastermind, and certainly the idea of investing in your own education can be a powerful way to turn your life around. Certainly some have succeeded in doing just that, but we have an epidemic of lost souls looking for guidance, and legions of false gurus coming to the forefront, offering a solution to the personal problem of life. And this business model is projected to boom in the coming months and years. The business model of influencers selling masterminds. I mean, stay tuned, I got an ad for you for my mastermind, which brings us back to Dylan telling us that we gotta serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you gotta serve somebody. None of us are an island. We all have to attach our soul's journey here to some kind of philosophy or belief, even if that belief is that we live in a godless universe heading to oblivion. That is also faith, and a faith, in my view, that doesn't at all reflect the reality of the life that I've been living. With all its difficulties, all its betrayals, with all its seeming injustice and cruelty, it still hardly seems godless at all. In fact, it is so intricately organized, poetic, and meaningful, as it guides me into my soul's evolution through all the complicated booby traps and inability to understand its reasons. I still clearly see the hand of God in everything. That's not to say that I don't understand it, or that I do understand it, or that I think it's fair from my limited human perspective, or that my faith in it is total and never tested. It's just to say that this existence strikes me as many things, but meaningless is not one of them. So if we frame our reality without faith in God, we then are left to root our faith somewhere or to something else. It won't just be a free-floating entity flying solo, oblivious to all. That is impossible. Or like that Rush lyric, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Indeed, there is no faithless choice. And I think we see the dangers of casting our faith in the direction of man, of gurus, of media institutions, or the government. We get led in destructive directions. We become susceptible to shiny grifts put on by larger-than-life smiling characters, the tough-talking charlatans who convince us to trust them by displaying the hard so-called truths of reality, or big media institutions with those flashy studios and talking heads that look like the type of people you could trust, who also incidentally make a habit of telling everyone not to trust anyone else but them. So does that mean a person of faith can never take a mastermind or a course or invest in someone else's knowledge that is organized and monetized? No, it does not mean that. What it does mean, though, is with faith in God, we will recognize that no man is God, and we won't lend our faith that is looking for a home onto a grifter, taking advantage of lost souls. We won't be led by a homeless faith that needs somewhere to land. We will have our faith rooted in the Most High, and then from there be able to make rational decisions about the other aspects of our life. We won't be led to seek fulfillment in an arena that can't possibly facilitate that for us. The problem of our soul will be cured on a daily basis, and from there we will make rational decisions about whether or not we need to up-level other areas of our lives through courses and the like. Everything in its right place. We have the problem of our soul, and we have the problem of our life. And though they obviously are linked, they may just require different answers for their eternal questions. And when we put our faith in God, we protect ourselves from putting our faith in those who have fallen, no matter how charismatic and sure of themselves they may appear. A man is just a man, all except for one.